You know, below my videos, a gentleman asked me this rather thought-provoking question, which was like, I felt, okay, can make a good topic on this. It's a good topic. He said his question was, so what do you think about loyalty towards the country, being patriotic towards the country? Because today, so many Indians they leave India. There is a brain drain. People study in India, they grow up in India, but then they leave India, the motherland, and they go and serve another country, another master, and they make like America. They make America rich. They contribute to American companies' growth, and they are never there in India. So, isn't that you know not being loyal and faithful to India? Isn't that you being a traitor? So I thought, yeah, this is a good topic to speak about. Now, let's understand this much. Okay, what is patriotism? Patriotism, in my definition, I'm just giving a very broad based definition, is you not doing anything that harms the country. Okay. Uh, for me personally, just being an Indian, for example, being an Indian passport holder, let's say I'm an Indian passport holder, okay, but I go around damaging public property. I go in the train and I rip off the seats and I steal things and I, you know, take a pen or a knife and I do some engraving. For me, that is not patriotic. For me, that is being an anti-social element. That is like being doing something criminal. There are people who piss and shit on the roads. For me, that is not being patriotic. For that is your making your country dirty, throwing garbage. Okay, not respecting the rules, indulging in behavior that obviously you want it to be in secrecy, whatever it is. Okay, I'm talking of in relation to the country, not you watching porn or something. No, in relation to the country. Let's say, okay, there are things that you have to do. For example, a policeman calls you on side, you're not wearing a helmet, and he says, "Give me 500 rupees, I'll let you go." Okay, 1,000 rupees or whatever. Even though that is wrong, but yeah, you don't have an option there. But on the other hand, if it is more like you not paying your taxes or you're trying to cheat the system, you're sending cash or gold hidden without declaring it. That is, to me, even though namesake you're an Indian, your actions are not at all Indian. Your actions are not at all patriotic. In fact, majority of the politicians they claim that they are doing good for the country. Yes, but at the same time, they're doing other things which are not so patriotic. And let's be very honest. Those days of being a freedom fighter and where you're going to die for the country is is very rare. Today, that dying for the country or sacrifice your life for the country is only done by people who are in the army, the air force, or whatever. Okay, those people and the blind obedience that they have to show and display is sometimes commendable and sometimes questionable. Because let's say, for example, remember, politics is a game of chess. Sometimes you'll send people to fight a war that is totally unethical. For example, United States sending people to kill the people of Iraq for weapons of mass destruction, a totally unnecessary war, which apparently it seems was initiated by Israel and Netanyahu, who said those days, I saw the video, if we get rid of Iraq, we are getting rid of terrorism, and that is what pushed them to actually go ahead. It seems Israel has a very strong influence on USA. So when you push people to get into wars which are unnecessary, yes, you're being loyal and faithful to the big bosses, but you're not saving the country from any danger. You're just initiating a war. So I don't know if that is also patriotic. I would say that is just blind obedience to do whatever shit. Because end of the day, remember these people who go for wars, many of them they experience like an explosion or an attack, and they lose half their face, or they lose their eyes, or they can't hear, they lose their arms or their leg, and they become like a vegetable. Like, you should see some of these videos. They don't have hands, they don't have legs because of an explosion, and they're just in their 20s, and now they're having these prosthetics. And okay, you get paid every month some salary or whatever, but what kind of life is that? Why the politicians have their hands and legs and they're enjoying with the 7 course meal in VIP suites and living the rich person's life? These army people are killing themselves. So it all comes down to what is your definition of patriotism. Let's say you're defending the border, and there is a guy from Pakistan. The guy from Pakistan is being loyal to his country. The guy from India is being loyal to his country. Both are following instructions. Both may be very nice guys. They have good families. But they have to kill each other. Why? Because the politicians told them these are our enemies. So, two perfectly good human beings who don't have anything to hate each other just end up killing each other. And remember, each one, we might think the Pakistanis are bad, but he is also married. He has a wife. He has a kid. And for in his eyes, you're the enemy. So, even though both are good human beings. So, yeah, uh, patriotism, you can say, is when you are ready to die for your country, kill for your country. Okay, that's a kind of patriotism. And then the general population is the ones who are born in India, who don't enlist themselves in an army or whatever, but they just go to work, day to day people, send their children to studies, spouses or their wives, either housewife or they'll go to work. They have to pay the taxes, and they have to declare and make sure nothing is illegal, and they can be called patriotic. But now the question is, just because you go to work in an Indian company, being in India, living in India, does that make you patriotic? Okay. In fact, I ask people this question. Okay, you're paying taxes. What is the immediate benefit that you're getting? Seriously, you're paying your taxes in India. I'm focused on India. Please don't ask me, oh, what about Pakistan? Hey, what about USA? I'm not interested in those countries. I'm Indian. I only focus on India and Indian topics. Like, you pay taxes. Let's say, for example, you pay, I don't know, 10,000 rupees a month. Example, you pay. What do you actually get for that? Like, is it the roads are maintained? Is it the trains? Okay, maybe you can say, yeah, my money goes for running the trains and maintaining the roads. But are the roads maintained properly? Or are they still with potholes? Is going on the train, does it give you the like feeling that it's worth the money? In fact, if you get sick, let's say you get sick, very seriously ill, you get an accident, can't move your hands, can't move your legs, you get any benefits there? Let's say you lose your job. Does the government give you any assistance? Let's say you default on your loan because you lost your job, and does the government lead a helping hand? Does it help you get a placement? Does it help you reduce your loans? Like in Denmark, okay, they pay almost 55% tax, I think. But if you were to have a baby, both, I think the wife, the woman can take up to a year. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, please. It seems even the father is encouraged to spend time with his child. Why? Because they pay so much of tax. If they lose their job, they are given assistance. If they need training, there are facilities to give them additional skills. Okay, a healthcare system is broken in many countries. They say free healthcare, but then you have to wait 6 months to 1 year for, let's say, you get a cancerous growth or you have a toothache. It doesn't cover all that. So the question comes down to, okay, so if I lose my job, if I have an accident, who'll take care of me? Who'll take care of my wife? Who'll take care of my children? Who'll take care of our future? So then what is the point of being loyal and faithful to a country that cannot take care of all this? Shouldn't you protect your own ass, like they say? Shouldn't you be loyal and faithful to yourself? Shouldn't you focus on yourself? Because at the end of the day, if you lose your job, they'll say, go get yourself a job. They'll say, take care of yourself first. Who told you not to take care? In fact, you can work for a company for 20, 30 years. And the day they feel you're a burden or you're slow or you're not up to the mark, they'll replace you. Or let's say they want to cut down on costs. They'll terminate, shut down your entire department. And they'll say, you didn't work for free. We paid you money. You can cry and tell them, sir, I worked extras. I worked on my day off. I didn't ask. They'll say, if you are efficient, you'll finish your work on time. That's what they say. So even in India, if tomorrow you lose your job, company shuts down, the government is not going to help you. The government is not going to take care of you. The government is not going to give free education to your children. It's not going to ensure placement for you, your wife, your kids. It's not going to pay your bills if you're hospitalized. Then what's the point of this patriotism if it doesn't feed you, man? So you have to be patriotic, loyal, faithful first to yourself. First, take care of yourself, and then you can take care of everything else. Why do you think so many Indians are leaving India? Pollution, overpopulation, very bad purchasing power, very pathetic salaries, quality of life is terrible. They want to earn more per hour. They want to save money. They want to buy more things. They want to enjoy this one life that they have. So you want them to sacrifice all this possible potential and stay in India, and you have just one life, just one life. So you're going to dedicate that only life that you have in earning a piddly salary. In fact, are you aware of this, that many of the Indians, they get paid what many Indians overseas get paid per day is what an Indian earns per month. Sometimes in the same line of work, same industry. I'm serious. $500 to $700, some of them get per month. And what do they save? Zero. What can you do with $500 to $700? You really have to suffer and struggle, man. And that also, it's not like, okay, I get down from my house, office is here, I come back in 1 minute and spend time with my family. No, it is maybe 1 to 2 hours in traffic, BST bus, rickshaw, a train. By the time you reach office, you're sweating like a pig because of the heat, humidity, and you're tired. And by the time you reach home, you're exhausted. And it's late night, and before you know it, you have to go to sleep, eat fast, go to sleep, and prepare for the next day. What kind of life is that? Is that a life worth living? For me personally, I that's not life. Yeah, that's better you don't live. Yeah, I mean, whoa, what the hell? So, look, I don't know what is your definition of patriotism. In fact, forget the definition. I don't know how important that is. For me, uh, patriotism is not going to feed me. It's not going to pay my bills. It's not going to take care of me, my wife, my kid, my future. Nothing. It doesn't serve anything other than just having this passport where maybe I can travel to a couple of countries, and I don't know, that's about it. If there's a war, maybe they'll just save my ass and get me back to the country, but that's about it. What are they going to do, man? So what is the point of this patriotism? I'm not saying be anti-Indian and hurt India and do bad things to India. No. You have to protect your own ass first, man. These guys who shout and scream, hey, you're anti-Indian, hey, you're a traitor. Boss, I'm earning more than you. I'm living a better life, providing my kid a better future, my wife a happier life. My loyalty is to me, myself, and my family, not to the whole of the country. Because end of the day, you can give 100 years of your life working in a job and paying your taxes and all that. And if that is what you want to be, fine. I'm not saying you cannot succeed and become a CEO of a company. But for that, you have to be loyal and faithful to your own brand, your own self, your own education, your own development. The country is not going to give you those opportunities. So, yeah, you decide whether patriotism is worth it. Does it feed you? Does it take care of your bills? If yes, fine. And if you say, no, that's not the job of the country, continue being patriotic. You be patriotic to the country. You be loyal and faithful to the country. Die for the country, and let people like me focus on ourselves and give ourselves, me, myself, provide the best for my wife, provide the best for my kid. You be happy with you. I be happy with me. All I can tell you is patriotism doesn't pay my bills. I'm not trying to be an anti national, but I have to be loyal and faithful first to myself, then to my wife, then to my kid, then to my family. Then, after all that, country. No problem. And that loyalty is shown by paying the taxes. That's about it. You let me know your thoughts. Am I right? Am I wrong? I'd love to hear your point of view. Good, bad, ugly. Feel free. Comment down below. This is me signing off.